Coming up on OU Nightly, OU softball hosts its first game at Loves Field, an inside look at the new ballpark. And parking problems during a bomb scare on campus, what students are saying.
Plus, fire weather conditions increase heading into this weekend. I'll have all the details coming up. This is OU Nightly.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Ireland Fitzer.
And I'm Stone Weber. We begin tonight with a real nail-biter out at the brand new OU softball stadium. OU and Miami of Ohio are tied at 7 right now.
The Sooners cut the ribbon on the new $48 million home at 11 a.m. this morning.
3, 2, 1.
After construction started in September of 2022, the Sooners' new home, Loves Field, is now officially open for business.
OU Nightly's Emily Faith is live right outside with more on the special day.
I am currently right outside of the gates to Loves Field, where earlier today the red carpet was rolled out for the back-to-back national champions, the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, earlier this week, head coach Patty Gasso talked about how she's excited for this new stadium, but will forever cherish those magic moments made at Marita Hines.
We've built championships here, so I've had a lot of coaches come in and out. I've watched my sons coach here. So 30 years. It's time to move into a mansion.
Move into a mansion. The Oklahoma Sooners did. Now, this first game at Loves Field is a nail biter, and we'll keep you posted on what the final score will be coming up in Big Friday Sports. But for now, reporting from Loves Field, Emily Faith, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Emily. Temperatures are on the rise across the state, and so are those fire danger threats.
OU Nightly meteorologist Hunter Brittingham has more on those warmer temperatures and a look at those allergy levels.
That is right, guys. Those temperatures are warming up. As you can see, most of Oklahoma is sitting in those 50s and 60s at this hour, and we are definitely seeing an increase in those southerly winds as well, and so that is fueling our allergies this afternoon. We've got trees in the high category and mold sitting in the low category for now, but those southerly winds and warmer temperatures are going to be adding fuel to the danger in terms of fire conditions heading into later on this weekend. I'll have more on that coming up later on in the show, as well as a look at those warmer temperatures.
Thanks, Hunter. And 2 weeks ago today, Gaylord students were just getting back inside the college after a bomb scare caused an evacuation. Tonight, we're hearing stories of what happened during that event that has some students upset. OU Nightly CD Finley is live from the South Oval with the story.
Thanks, Ireland. OU students were a little startled whenever the emergency alerts went out on February 16th, but perhaps more startling is finding a parking ticket on their windshields issued by OU Parking Services during the emergency event.
OU PD and Norman Police worked diligently to investigate a suspicious package outside of Gaylord Hall. Students inside the building were evacuated across the South Oval and into Copeland Hall. Amidst the chaos, OU student Rachel Nosshammer parked her car in the Dale parking lot. When the all-clear was issued, she was given one more surprise, a parking ticket on her windshield.
I was kind of shocked that I got one in the first place, especially during something that was like so nerve-wracking for students.
OU Parking Services is almost always giving out parking tickets to students. In fact, some students say the process feels invasive.
They took a picture right inside my driver's side window, like completely in there, and took a picture of my parking pass that was sitting on my center console. And when I saw that, I was like really surprised because I'm like, they literally just looked right inside my car.
Now, fortunately for Rachel, she did appeal her ticket and get her charges forgiven. Now, and if you find yourself with a similar situation, you too can get a ticket appealed by going to the Parking Services office located in Jenkins Garage. Now, I did reach out to OU Parking Services for an interview regarding the ticketing that occurred on February 16th, but they declined the interview. Reporting in Norman, CD Finley, OU Nightly.
Thanks, CD. Coming up on OU Nightly, new rules designed to help prevent disasters.
Hear about the plan the Environmental Protection Agency put in place.
And one national park is temporarily closing to visitors.
Find out what park and why they're closing when OU Nightly returns. A new rule to make hazardous sites safer for all. Chewy Dominguez has that and the rest of today's national, international headlines from the News Center.
The Environmental Protection Agency implements a new rule that aims to make hazardous sites safer. The ultimate goal is to prevent an accidental release of hazardous materials due to a disaster. Chemical plants must also now share more information with local emergency responders. And another major winter storm forces the closure of Yosemite National Park. Forecasters expect 6 to 18 inches of snow in the Yosemite Valley. Officials asked visitors to leave the park due to the danger. And now they are hoping to reopen on Sunday. And earlier this afternoon, President Biden announced that U.S. will aid into Gaza, Stowe, and Ireland.
Thanks, Chewy. One OU program is wrapping up Black History Month festivities in a special way.
Find out how they are celebrating through song.
Plus, we have fire danger heading back into the Sooner State after this weekend. I'll have more coming up after the break. Well, welcome back to OU Nightly, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a beautiful day for some Sooner softball out there right now. Taking a look at our brand new stadium out there for the Lady Sooners right now. We're at 59 degrees. A lot of sunshine out there for the home opener this afternoon. East-southeast winds at 14 miles per hour, and we can see that we are 20 degrees warmer than this time yesterday here in Norman, 23 in Ardmore, and 35 degrees warmer up in the Panhandle up in Guyman, which is pretty substantial. We do have those southerly winds helping fuel more of that heat, and those warmer temperatures are coming up from the south, so we're sitting at 14 miles per hour here in Norman, 13 in Ardmore and Lawton, 11 over in Woodward, and 14 over in Guyman and the Panhandle as well. But because of those winds, they are going to be on the increase as the weekend progresses. And so because of that, we do have some critical and elevated fire dangers heading into the Sooner State, especially the western third of the state under that critical area. So if you are keeping in terms of the fire danger threats, you definitely want to make sure that you are disposing of those cigarettes properly, and you also want to make sure that you are following any burn bans that do go into effect. But heading into the day on Sunday, it only intensifies, so an extreme area for the western third of the state, and then that critical and elevated fire dangers are going to continue to push eastward. But we are going to be seeing a cold front working its way across the Sooner State as well. So ahead of that is really when we're going to start to see those temperatures on the increase and those winds really start to whip up. And because of that, we are going to be seeing those increase in those fire conditions. But by 8 a.m. on Monday, we do see that cold front working its way through, and we could be seeing some precipitation from that as well. So not a whole lot of precipitation is in store with this system, but we could see some rain, and that could definitely help out wash out any of the fire dangers as this front moves through, and it's definitely going to help calm down our winds out there as well. But ahead of that, we are going to be seeing those temperatures back in the 80s, and we are going to be seeing those winds really bustling heading through the next several days and into the weekend. But heading into the next 7 days, we are really going to be seeing those temperatures riding a roller coaster with the start of meteorological spring. We're really going to be seeing those temperatures really see those ups and downs over the next 7 days.
So, Hunter, it's safe to say we're on our way to spring.
I would say we're on our way to spring. You know, I would think that, you know, we'll start to see less substantial cold fronts working their way through. The temperatures aren't going to drop as cold, but that's because temperatures are going to be that much higher before the fronts get here. So.
Got it. Perfect. Hey, thanks for that update, Hunter.
Thank you.
And as Black History Month comes to a close, organizations on campus are hosting their final events. OU Nightly's Kennedy Patterson shows us how one department's event took a unique approach to exhibiting tradition and culture.
Rhythm and blues, soul, hip-hop, and rock and roll have been ingrained in the African American culture for decades and have even caught the eyes of other ethnic groups. But there's one field that fuses these different sounds on a spiritual level: gospel music.
We talk about just the beauty of Black gospel music, how it came from the continent, right?
Dr. Coleman took inspiration from her gospel music class she teaches on campus.
And one day I finished the class and I'm walking on the South Oval and I said, it would be nice. I was thinking we'd be outside. but how nice it would be just to hear gospel music on the campus.
Those a part of OU's African American services and programs say that events like these not only shed light on the community's experiences today, but also connect them to the past.
Then we came to were brought to the United States, and then you had blues fusion. You had, those corn ditties, you had those field hollers, you had the spirituals.
AFAMS hopes to continue to thrive and give minority populations a sense of belonging. Kennedy Patterson, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Kennedy. OU softball opened the doors to Love's Field today.
A live report from the stadium coming up in Big Friday Sports. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, and welcome back to Big Friday Sports. I'm Kaylee Carnine.
And I'm Abby Williams. Today is the opening day of OU softball's Love Field. OU Nightly's Addison Arthur is live at the reigning NCAA champs' new home to tell us what the Sooners love the most about the new stadium.
OU President Joe Harris says what better way to honor Women's History Month than to open the biggest on-campus softball stadium in the nation. Earlier this morning, there was a ribbon cutting ceremony filled with fans, alumni, players, and even a garbage truck driving by got in on the fun.
And if you're inspired to give more, even the waste management folks are excited. First time I had a garbage truck honk at me instead of try to run me over.
Fans may be running to Patty Gasso's new statue in the future, which Joe Castiglione announced for the first time today. The new Loves Field will hold a capacity of 4,200 fans, and the overall square footage nearly tripled from Marina Hines Field. And Gasso couldn't be prouder of the final product.
This is the final piece to complete the OU softball program. This is it right here, and everyone is going to follow the lead.
47 years ago, Marina Hines took over as OU's original softball head coach and can't believe how much things have changed.
From the time I was here, we didn't have a field that we owned. We had one uniform. Elevated, women's sports has been elevated so much, but it's because of the success of like a softball team, women's basketball, gymnastics. It's great.
How excited are you to watch the first game here?
Oh, I'm very excited. I've watched 150,000 games over at the old field, but I'm really excited to be here.
One Sooner legend says OU is more than a one-sport school now.
They say this is a football school, but I think this is a softball school now. So our natties prove it, our competing proves it, and yeah, we're just excited to be here.
The first ever game from Loves Field just wrapped up. We will continue our coverage back in the studio, reporting for the first time ever from Loves Field. Addison Arthur, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Addison. Well, it wasn't quite a storybook start in the new Loves Field. OU was down 3-2 against Miami, Ohio at the bottom of the fifth, but a bomb off of the bat of senior star Elisa Burrito ties the game 3-3. Minutes ago, Kinsey Hansen hit a walk-off home run. OU wins the first game at Loves Field 9-7 and extends OU's record win streak to 68 straight wins.
And Kaylee, the softball celebrations don't stop throughout the weekend. After the opener against Miami, Ohio, the Sooners take on Liberty at 5 tomorrow. They play Louisiana at 11 and Liberty again at 1:45. Then wrap up the weekend with another battle with Louisiana on Sunday at 12:30.
And then all bets are on red this weekend as OU baseball launches into the Las Vegas College Baseball Classic. Right now, the Sooners are looking to paw the Pitt Panthers. First pitch was at 4 after taking 3 of 4 in last weekend's home series. Senior left fielder Kendall Pettis says he's excited to be under the lights in the City of Lights.
Finally be able to go out and like see what Vegas is about. I've seen The Hangover and stuff like that, so I've heard all about Vegas and everything. But I'm just excited to kind of go out there and see how that goes. And I know we got some good teams that we're gonna play out there, and so I'm excited for another test for us and for the guys. And I'm just excited for some good weather. I'll be able to see my family be there too.
Now there's only one Oklahoma, but will the OU men's basketball team be able to claw down the #1 Houston Cougars? The Sooners are coming off a road loss against the #8 Iowa State Cyclones. And it's a homecoming reunion for Houston's head coach Kelvin Sampson, who was head coach of the Sooners from 1994 to 2006. This matchup will be the first for the two teams since Houston moved to the Big 12.
And then in the latest NCAA women's basketball reveal, the Sooners ranked 20 in the AP Top 25. The back-to-back Big 12 champions look to close out the regular season with a win against Kansas tomorrow at 4. Senior guard Lexi Keys and OU are on a high after a crazy 1-point win over Texas.
Honestly, I think it ended up in the right place, the right time getting there, but I think we just continue to, as a team, just keep playing hard. And we've been talking about in practice, just finish plays, and I think that was a gutsy win on everyone's part. So I think I just happened to be there, and they were giving me confidence, just keep shooting. So I think, honestly, right time, or right place, right time, but amazing save by Sky. Absolutely amazing save.
The OU men's gymnastics team is on a 4-meet win streak and take a trip up to Ann Arbor to take on #4 Michigan Saturday at noon. OU defeated the Wolverines twice last year in the regular season.
While the men take on Michigan on the road, the women are in Norman looking to tame the Wolverines. Last year, the Wolverines served the Sooners their only loss of the regular season. Michigan won the national title in 2021. And OU head coach KJ Kindler says this meet will prepare the Sooners on their road to a national championship three-peat.
This is a great practice for us when we go to regionals, the NCAA regionals, the first round and second round, third round. When we go to NCAA championships, those are moments we're going to have to compete back to back. So having this one weekend like this during the year is super helpful to prepare them and for us to kind of get a dry run at what it's going to look like at the end of the year.
And there's more to come from this top-ranked Sooner squad.
Stick with us. We will have more on the battle for Oklahoma beyond the floor of the LNC.
Welcome back to Big Friday Sports. Numbers don't lie. The OU women's gymnastics team is the best in the country. The Sooners have the scores, so why not the attendance? OU Nightly's Sheridan Ramsey tells us what KJ Kindler's squad wants from Sooner fans this season.
The Oklahoma gymnastics team ranks #1 overall again this year, but ranks only 8th in season ticket holders for the 2024 season.
Some of it is just people are in the comfort of their own home, and I know that's something that KJ has worked a lot on, is just to kind of let people know, like, it's 90 minutes in and out.
Even though the Sooners are ranked so highly, they still believe that the fans bring the extra energy they need to do their best.
They get us energized, and that makes us perform better. So, getting more fans in there regularly every single meet just helps us do better, and, more for our program, more exposure to everything, and it would just be amazing to really get up there in the rankings for season ticket holders.
Now, although the Sooners face different programs with big names on their teams, the Sooners have a different strategy into bringing in more fans.
One of the big initiatives for our athletics department as a whole is taking our fans that may be fans of just certain sports and making Sooners fans across the board.
This program faces teams like LSU and Alabama and hope to have a crowd like theirs in the future.
We go to SEC meets at their place, and their place is sold out every single time, and so much electricity, for their home team, and that just really would give us an advantage if more people keep getting tickets and get sellouts.
This program has seen a rise in attendance, and with the championship mindset, they are sure it will grow. Reporting for OU Nightly, Sheridan Ramsey.
Now the Southeastern Conference is getting bigger with OU and Texas joining this fall. And we all know that everything is bigger in Texas. The SEC annual media days will be held in Dallas July 15th through the 18th. And it was just announced that Oklahoma head coach Brent Venables will appear July 16th.
Oklahoma defensive tackle Jacob Lacey announced on X that he will be retiring from football for medical reasons. In his tweet, he says after 2 pulmonary embolism incidents within a year, he is lucky to be alive. The Bloodclots Lacey battled first appeared last summer. Lacey finished the 2023 seasons with 7 tackles and a sack.
Man, that's horrible. And while one Sooner retires, another Sooner is sticking around. Todd Bates, the co-defensive coordinator and defensive tackle coach, is set to receive a 3-year contract worth an average annual salary of $900,000, according to 247 Sports.
And from one Sooner legend to the next, Sooner softball legend Lauren Chamberlain has a new role in the Crimson and Cream as general manager of the Crimson and Cream NIL. Chamberlain is no stranger to helping athletes succeed, as she played for the 2013 national champion softball team.
And a fan favorite is back in OKC as Mike Muscala strikes back, according to ESPN. The season center played for the Thunder 2019 to 2023 before being traded to the Boston Celtics. In his last season with the Thunder, Muscala averaged 6 points, 3 rebounds, in 14 minutes.
The Thunder got the boot last night in San Antonio after losing 132 to 118 against the Spurs and snapping OKC's 6-game win streak. Looks like the Thunder were too busy remembering the Alamo to remember how to stop the rookie phenom Victor Wembanyama.
And former Sooner standout Austin Reeves hit a final layup in the 4th quarter to send the Washington Wizards to overtime. The Lakers went down to the wire, winning 134 to 131. Reeves rallied with 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. The Lakers host Denver tomorrow.
Now, Kaylee, back to that softball. Are you planning on catching any games?
Oh, of course. I want to see Love's Field for myself.
I know. Awesome. It's so exciting, and they're so good, too, of course.
I know. Lissa Burrito, Kenzie Hansen, all the greats, you know. Thanks for watching Big Friday Sports. I'm Kaylee Carnine.
And I'm Abby Williams. Have a fun and softball-stacked weekend. Good night.